Walk around family, welcome back to another video. Today we're doing something different. We're gonna go for a drive in a 2025 Honda CRV Sport Touring, which is the highest model in the CRV. At my dealership, the CRV is just the #1 vehicle that we sell. So I am in a Canyon River Blue Sport Touring. Let's jump out real fast. Kind of could show you guys what we're working with. So 2025 Sport Touring. This one is Canyon River. The one we're gonna drive is not this one actually. We're gonna drive a Radiant Red Metallic. But I just wanna show you guys kind of like the outside, inside before we go on a drive. So a few things, hybrids, get the blacked out wheels, the rear spoiler, the mirror cap, the roof rails, all standard on the hybrid. You get the blacked out grille as well. And one thing I actually don't do often on my walk around is pop the hood. So let me show you guys that real fast. Pop the hood. When CRVs went to the generation, one thing they did added was struts to the hood. So when you pop the hood, look at that, opens all the way. You don't have to put a prop rod. But you can see the motor, the electric motor. So it's a dual motor system. The Sport Tourings are only all-wheel drive. It's super simple, no covering everything. You can see everything, access everything. Orange wires for the electric motor. You don't want to cut that, you might electrocute yourself. Close that guy up. Show you guys the rear as well. If you want to get more detail as far as like features and things like that, I have a walk around on the CRV. I have a walk around on every CRV. Check my walk around video out. I go into detail. Today we're just gonna drive. I just want to show you guys what we're working with. Also, hands-free tailgate. This is only for the Sport Touring. You kick underneath there, and you can kick to open it and kick it to close, which is cool. Let's jump in here real fast before we go on a drive. A few things the Sport Touring will add. Bose sound system, of course, heated steering wheel, rain sensing windshield wipers, built-in navigation system. So a few more premium goodies that the Sport L won't have, which is the model below this one. No panoramic moonroof available on the CRV. They do give you a moonroof. Back seat as well. So let's jump into the Radiant Red Metallic CRV and go for a quick drive. I'll drive on some back streets, drive on the highway, kind of get a feel of what it's like driving. All right, let's go for a drive. Push button start. It is a hybrid, so you're probably not going to hear it turn on. Depending on the battery. The battery is low. Probably will, probably won't. 9-inch touchscreen display. Look at that. Sirius radio is already on. We're not going to listen to music. Sport L, you can get EXL, which is equivalent, which is non-hybrid. The Sport, you can get an EX, which is equivalent. The LX, though, which is the base model, you can't get a hybrid version into it. And the Sport Touring, which we're in right now, you cannot get a gas option. It's hybrid only. So if you want fully loaded, then this is the trim level you're going to have to get. And now my foot is off the gas. I'm charging the battery right now. So when you're coasting like this, you charge the battery. I don't know what these people are doing. Okay. Give it some gas. They notice that I need some power. I'm still using electric only right now. I'm not even using gas. If I give it a little bit more gas, then the engine will kick on. This one does have this little plastic, like when you buy it brand new, there's like a little plastic thing on the screen. So I'm not sure if that's getting in the way of the video or not, but wide windshield, slim A-pillars, great visibility. Same thing in the back. The back glass is a little bit smaller than, I guess, older CRVs or just older cars in general. Usually have bigger back glasses. Smooth drive though, overall. The leather steering wheel feels good to the hand. You do get a heated steering wheel too, which is nice. One thing about the CRVs is you don't get the full digital here like you get on the Accords or like a fully loaded Civic or a fully loaded Pilot. It's a 7-inch display with the analog display, but overall, pretty roomy, comfortable. Nice place to be. I'll leave it in the power flow so you guys can see what's going on while I'm driving. But yeah, and also this makes 200, about 204 horsepower, I think. But it makes about 204 horsepower, so more than the gas motor, the gas only, which makes about 100 and, well, I believe 190, 192, somewhere around there. So if I wanted to, I can give it some gas and it'll go for sure. I think the route I'm taking, we're gonna eventually get on the highway. I didn't really look at the GPS, to be honest, but I have an idea where I am, where it's telling me to go. I was glancing at my watch. I would pair my phone to the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, because it is wireless in the Sport Touring. Actually, it's wireless Sport L as well. So you hear the engine kick on a little bit. Needs a little bit more power. If I take my foot off the throttle a little bit, it'll rely more on electric, but we need to get on this side. Blind spot monitoring is standard, and you can see well out the side mirrors. The side mirrors are a little bit lower on the door as well. But let's see here. Let's put on. A lot of people like to keep this on range and fuel, so let's do that. But yeah, no music on right now. You hear some tire noise, but it's pretty quiet in here. Honda's is not known for a Rolls Royce, interior. It's like it's not, the noisiest cabin in the world, but it's not the quietest either. So that's a cool Forester. For the everyday person, you're gonna be quite comfortable, to be honest. One thing about these New Mexican roads, it's it's a jungle out here. It's like survival every day driving out here. It's insane. Anyone that's from New Mexico, live in New Mexico, know what I'm talking about. I'm from New York, and I've never seen such drivers like out here. So lightly put my foot on the gas, decent pickup. And then there's a gauge right here too that'll tell you if, how much power you're using. So if I give it some gas right now, see that thing jumped up. Also, the transmission will act like it's shifting, but it doesn't shift. Like, this is ECVT, and it'll act like it shifts. It's funny that it does that, but if you didn't tell someone that this is a CVT, they wouldn't even know. I think Honda, a lot of people complain about CVTs, how it doesn't shift. It's just going, and then it's as if the clutch is slipping. So I guess Honda wanted to get that taste out of people's mouths. So yeah, when you drive, and it'll mimic like it's shifting, but it doesn't shift at all. So it's a cool transit. I actually like it though. It's in the Accord. It's in the CRV. Is it in the Accord? I think it is in the Accord. Yeah, it's in the hybrids. It's not in the regular CVT, it's just in the hybrids. But yeah, the reason why I didn't put my phone on here is because I'm on a time crunch right now. So I didn't have, too much time to sit here and pair my phone. At low speeds, it does play a chime to warn people that you are coming, which is cool. Make sure no one's coming, and we're good. So here's some rough roads here. I'll let you guys hear the road noise. Very minimal. You do have different drive modes. So you do have Sport, Normal, Econ, you guys can see that, and Snow. I'm gonna leave it in Normal for right now. I'll probably put it in Sport when we get on the highway. But in Sport though, it did definitely change up the whole characteristic of the CRV. The throttle response is a lot more sensitive, so shift at higher RPMs feels just much. It feels like you're in a whole power mode. I think Honda called it S mode. I think Honda called it decelerating selectors. So this is not the shift at all, the plus and the minus. This is just the regenerative braking. So you can have it where you take your foot off the gas pedal, and it'll slow down the car a lot more, or the car will coast like a normal car. Right now it's on, let's see, it's on 1. I'll leave it on, it was on 2, I'll leave it on 1. You have a wireless phone charger too on the Touring. Get a quick juice while, oh, look at that, Integra. Nice. Oh, I think the light just skipped us. Yeah, look at that. Ace, this is an A-Spec, yep, A-Spec with tech. Got tints on it. There we go. Right, so Sport mode. I'm not flooring it. You hear the pumped in audio though. I have some stuff in the back too, so they might be flying around. But yeah, it pumps in the audio in sport mode, which is interesting. You see, hear it shifting. Plenty of power, to be honest, for the average person, especially in sport mode. See, it shifted. All right, we're gonna go back into normal. Actually, I'm gonna go to Econ. Econ is gonna give you the best gas mileage possible. The throttle response won't be as sensitive though, like as it is in sport mode. But I mean, you can go. Well, it cut me off anyways. But oh, he said never mind. And what's cool too is you have an analog speedometer, but you also have a digital speedometer too. But now I gotta really put my foot in the gas to get up this hill just now, because in Econ mode, it's trying to, you know, be as eco-conscious as possible. So if you really want to get up and go, you gotta give a little more pressure on the gas pedal than as if you're in normal mode or sport mode. Okay, so oh yeah, I feel it. So I hit the minus, and it's really slowing down when I take my foot off the gas. So the more it is, the more aggressive it is, but the more it charges the battery as well. Oh yeah, very aggressive. If you put it back to 1, it coasts more like a normal car. It's a very, like, these roads is not the best roads in the world, and it is a very smooth, comfortable ride. Like, I'm going over these bumps and, you know, little divots, and, you know, obviously the road needs to be redone. But yeah, in Econ mode, so I'm going over an incline right now, and in Econ mode, I really got to put my foot down on the pedal. Actually, it's 55 here. I don't know, I'm going so slow. But if you want to, you can go faster in Econ mode, but it really teaches you to not have a heavy foot. When you go to normal give you some power, but then still some gas saving, and that's probably what everyone mostly is going to drive in, is normal. But for all of you, you know, gas mileage, high MPGs, that's what you're chasing, you know, the maximum fuel efficiency, you're going to love Econ mode. And then I don't know if I mentioned, you have blind spot monitoring standard on the CRVs. I think only the LX don't have blind spot monitoring, but you have a standard. You just don't have any like cameras or anything like that. Honda used to have a camera back in 16. They had a camera on the right side. You put your signal on, it'll show your blind spot only on the right side. It wasn't on the left side. You see the battery's well charged. I forgot to show you what level it was at before we left. Puts the speed limit sign right above your digital speedometer, so you know how fast you're going. There's no excuse when the cop pull you over. But yeah, phone charging. My armrest and everything feels good. You can't move this thing like forward and back, but it's in a good placement. This is a good placement if I wanted to use the elbow. This passenger seat actually is up pretty forward. But yeah, you have an auto dimming rear view mirror. It's a very pleasant drive. That's all I gotta say. Like, you gotta drive a CRV. Drive a CRV, you'll love it. It really depends on where you're coming from though. If you're coming from like the German brands and you get into a CRV, you're gonna like, it's not as quiet, it's not as refined. But if you're used to Toyota, Nissan, Hyundai, Kia, you're gonna get in this. And I haven't had a customer drive one of these CRVs and hate how it drove. The biggest thing would be, oh, I need something bigger, and then they go up to the Passport, or they say, oh, this is too big, then they go down to a HRV or even a Civic. Yeah, beautiful day today. It's 4 o'clock, so it's, you know, kind of around rush hour. Everyone's either getting off work, so there's some traffic out here. So see, you hear the engine a little bit more because I have to put my foot down a little bit. I'm gonna put it back into normal. There we go. Yeah, you feel the difference between Econ and normal and sport, for sure. I'm not gonna go to snow mode, but snow is mostly if you're stuck, you can't get traction, you're in mud, sand, you know, different types of terrain. This is the first like official drive I'm doing on the channel. I know I did the MDX, but that was like a whole different, that was kind of like a test. This is kind of how I will do the POVs. So I think the next drive definitely either go a little bit more further or go over a few little bit more goodies. Like I said, I'm in a time crunch, but I have the opportunity to make this video while I'm driving, so Figure why not. Yeah, looking normal. You got plenty of get up and go. I did an Econ too, but no one's all right. You do have I believe a 10-way power adjustment seat on the driver. The passenger is a 4-way, so there's no up and down in the passenger seat though. And on the driver's seat, you do have a lumbar, but it's not a 4-way. It's just a 2-way, so in and out. Like previous Hondas had the 4-way, so like the Odyssey right now still has the 4-way. Everything else has been going to the 2-way, which is interesting. I don't need lumbar, but if you did want it to, actually, let me test it right now. Oh yeah, it's like right above, like your lower back. It feels good. Actually, feels good. So if you're worried about how the seats are comfortable. I don't feel like the seat is too short, and then I don't feel like it's too long either. You know, I feel like my legs are hanging off just the right amount, pretty much. And then if I give it some gas, you hear some engine noise, but you don't get the pumped in audio like you do on the sport mode. So far, I didn't record any like crazy driving here. Usually, I see some crazy judgment, but oh, what is that? I don't know what type of animal that is, but that thing got destroyed. All right, guys, that's pretty much my drive because I'm about to reach my destination. Stay tuned for more drives, more vehicles, more Hondas. Thank you for watching. I will catch you in the next POV driving.